Global food crisis is coming. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. We prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear here, but this is very concerning. A lot of countries, several big ones at least, are shutting down food exports. Others are stockpiling food as much as they can. Nations are doing this, buying up all the wheat they can, all the rice they can, all the beans they can, etc. Our country, they've talked about letting up on the whole ethanol thing for fuel so that we can have more food available to us. But I guess we're not as important as, the environment, that whatever, how it's affected by this stuff. There's a lot of concerning things, people. I have a feeling that it's gonna get bad. I mean, fuel prices. You guys see it. Gold, stock market. What about those futures? Corn futures, wheat futures. Anything to do with food production. Yeah. I want to talk about some of this stuff, but the main thing I want to go over a little bit later on in the video, the more important part to me is, what do we do about it? That's my big thing. We can talk about problems all day long. We can talk about issues. We can talk about what's going on in the world. We can talk about how that affects us. We can talk about what's going to happen or what isn't going to happen. But when it comes down to it, the real question is, what can we do about it? What are we going to do about it? How can we better prepare ourselves for what is coming? Global food crisis? I mean, seriously. What about shipping being shut down in areas? And rising tensions in other areas, like China, Taiwan. We already got the Russia-Ukraine thing going on. We already got Russia showing its butt against Finland. Etc. There's a lot of concerns in the world right now. Yeah, of course there is. Nations that are aware of what's going on and actually care about their people are stockpiling food. They are ceasing exports of food, because they realize what's going on, what is likely to happen with this whole food shortage, global food crisis thing. And I say that because some countries apparently don't care about their people. I'm living in one. Because I don't see us buying up food. I don't see us doing anything about it. I see us just going along our meandering way, same as always, tied to a cell phone, ignoring everything. Oh, we're the United States of America, can't happen here. We're the big bad boy, we're too good for everything. We're too good for the world. Yeah, no. We're not too good. And yes, it can happen here. And yes, we will see effects. We have so much fertile land in the United States. We should never, ever have to rely on another country for food. But because of our farms being strangled, shut down, subsidized, basically, or taxed, along with other things, basically being affected by the government and governmental regulations instead of letting them just grow food. produce lots of food. Now we're at a point where, how many farms we have left? A lot less than there used to be. What is our current food production capability? Well, it's drastically reduced from even 20 years ago. Think about that. Can we start producing again? Sure, if we wanted to. But what about the fertilizer? Shortages there. Lack of exports from other countries in that area. What about seeds? Do our farms have access to enough of them? Maybe. But you're also looking, if you started doing that, ramping it up, you might be able to get in a harvest for next year, 2023. You might get some stuff harvested 2022, but really it takes some time to do that. This goes into the things that I recommend you do about it. One of the things, grow your own food. If everybody grew at least some of their own food, the impacts would be lessened dramatically. If everybody had a backyard, front yard, side yard garden, or growing stuff in pots under grow lamps in their apartments, or if they have land, growing on it. My little one is funny, so she's picked up on the fact that I've made comments when I'm driving around and stuff like that. I'll be looking around at different properties and stuff like that, and I'm just, man, because the way my property's laid out, you got to strategically place raised beds and stuff like that for them to get the proper amount of sunlight without us cutting down a bunch of trees. And I love the trees. I like the trees for security, privacy, all those kind of things. So I don't want to go around cutting down a bunch of trees. I see properties where they're laid out where it's just big, open area. Perfect for gardening and for growing a mass amount of food. Way more than I'm capable of growing. And it's just lawn. And I'm like, man, look at that place. Look at how much food they could grow there. So now my little one picks up on that. We're driving along, she sees something like that, she'll say, Dad, imagine how much food they could be growing there. It's pretty funny, but it's true. And you don't have to, everybody doesn't have to plant everywhere, every inch of their property. But shoot, a lot of people could throw in 2, maybe 10 raised beds. It's like 4x8 raised beds. You can build them inexpensively. You can get free pallets different places. You can get free junk logs different places. You can get fencing companies that tear down old fences, all that fencing material. Build raised beds out of them. Simple. Dirt, you can also get stuff for free a lot of places. How do you get it for free? Okay, so when a sand and gravel place, so one of my favorite places, sand and gravel place that also does topsoil and garden compost mixes. So they sift it. They have a sifter. They sift it. The stuff that comes through is the good stuff they sell. The junk that's left on top, they throw in a big pile. Well, that big pile sits there and composts down. There are some rocks in it, yes, but it composts down. And then what do they do with that pile? It's the junk pile. They don't care. They give it away. Use it, yes. See, like little girl said. Yeah, little bit AP. Anyway, I can fit about 2 yards in my truck. Because you're talking what? That's like 5,000 pounds. I have a 1-ton long bed. I have a toolbox back there. But yeah, I can throw 2 yards in the back of my truck. They said it's basically a $5 loading fee. Or for 12 yards in a dump truck to be delivered and dumped right in my front property, wherever I want it, is $120. Just a delivery fee. For 12 yards. You're talking $10 a yard. That's pretty good. But anyway, what can we do about this? We can grow everywhere we possibly can. We can raise animals everywhere we possibly can. We can be equipped and knowledgeable in things like hunting, fishing, trapping, snaring, foraging. Yes, and you see all this activity behind me in the background? Yeah, those are little tiny birds. I wouldn't even waste my time. But we get a lot of big gray squirrels around here. And yes, I feed them peanuts. Why? Because they're cool and we like looking at them. We like having them around. The kids love them, stuff like that. But SHF happens. If I had to and I was starving, maybe. But anyway, self-sustainability is so key to a global food shortage. If you don't have to go to the grocery store to buy the stuff, great. I can't grow wheat where I'm at, but maybe you can. I had pretty good luck last year with corn. I don't think I'm gonna do it again this year, just because it worked out fairly well, but I'm going for more calorically dense stuff this year, and I'm trying to really emphasize the stuff that does really well here. I'm really trying to maximize the output of my garden, as well as adding raised beds. As you see, this is the newest one. We're still filling with organic material. You can see right here, here's some logs pre-staged, bringing in some more logs to start building another one. We're gonna build all the way down there. We're gonna build a raised bed all the way down that area. And this is about, what, 30 feet, 20, 25 feet-ish?
That's a good raised bed.
So yes, that's a good raised bed. That's a big, long raised bed. And it's only about 2.5 feet wide. So it's not gonna be a wide one. I wanted a nice little narrow one that ran down here.
Is it bigger
So
than
it doesn't take up the yard space and stuff, because we still want to run and play and stuff. But anyway, you do have the ability and capability to grow, no matter where you are. An apartment.
Could you help me, Dad?
Oh yeah, I gotta zip up her coat. Just a sec. Of course I can help you. I could pause the video, or I can just sit here and help you. There you go.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome. The true joys in life, right there. Tell you what though, earlier, she was a rascal. She got in trouble earlier. We had to change our plans for the day because our plan was to go look at this rock and crystal show type thing, and we had to take that away. But she's been good, and maybe we'll do something fun tomorrow. Anyway, grow food, raise food, everywhere you possibly can. Insulate ourselves from this global food crisis. That's what we can do about it. Stockpile food? Yes, of course. Of course stockpile food, water, all that kind of stuff. Should you be going out and buying wheat right now? Corn, rice, beans? Yes, of course you should. And remember, those bags of beans are seeds. You can plant them. I started the video, I showed me planting them with that 15 bean soup mix. And some of them are starting to come up in that raised bed, so pretty soon we'll do a follow-on about that raised bed and that experiment, showing you guys that you can take them out of a bag, put them in the ground, and they'll grow food that you can eat. Very simple. Even if it's only beans. Beans pretty much grow everywhere. Here's a shelled, as you can see there, shelled peanuts from the, she just shelled out of the ones we throw on the ground for the squirrels. I'm not going to eat it right now because I'm in the middle of a video and I don't want it all in my teeth. Yeah, I still had stuff in my teeth when I started the video, as you probably noticed. But potatoes. Potatoes are one of those things you can grow almost anywhere. You can grow them in containers. You can grow them in buckets. You can grow them in bags. You can grow them in raised beds. You can grow them in the ground. You can grow them hanging upside down from your porch in a container. I don't know, seriously. Potatoes you can grow almost everywhere. So grow potatoes, and calorically dense as far as vegetables go. Obviously not as compared to meat. Yes, baby, thank you. Yep, peanut for the squirrels. Here, I'm gonna throw that out there so they don't have to shell that one. They get that one for free. Stockpile food. Get all the food you can. But the ability to grow and raise your own food is way more important.
I also have two in my hand again.
I love you guys, and I want us all to get through this and thrive, not just survive. Have a wonderful day, and
That's a
blessings
weird
to you
word.
and yours.
That's a weird word.